What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. It's episode 703. We are live from the Hot Chick in Old Town Scottsdale, Arizona with my friend Chloe Cleveland.
Hello.
From State 48.
Yes.
And you're wearing your State 48 shirt.
I am.
I told you all of my State 48 apparel that Mike Spangenberg gave me a couple years ago was all in the wash.
Yep, makes sense.
And I'm really bad at doing my laundry, so I don't have anything to promote here today.
It happens, it's okay.
But thanks for joining me today.
Of
I'm glad we
course.
were able to finally get this situated.
Yeah, same here.
It's funny because I'll reach out to a lot of people, and some people it takes like a few days. You responded within like 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, I was eager.
You're very timely.
No, I love stuff like
You were
this.
waiting for that message.
Yes, I was excited for sure.
You're an Arizona-based, born and bred, a native.
Yes, born and
Very few of
raised
them.
here in Arizona. Yeah.
Queen Creek.
Grew up in Queen Creek. I went to ASU, so lived in Tempe for a little bit. Lived here in Old Town for a little bit, and I just moved last weekend over to Phoenix.
Yeah.
So we're just making our way across.
Just couldn't handle the nightlife, huh? Just too much.
Yeah.
I feel like when it's right here though, like you grab a group of friends and be like, it's right around the corner. Let's just walk downstairs.
Exactly. I definitely had my time. I definitely had my time, and I, probably will still be back a lot, but
Yeah.
just calmer over there.
I tell people I've been out here for 7 years from Jersey. Been out here 7 years. This is probably the 7th or 8th time total I've been in Old Town.
Really?
Yeah, I just don't come down here.
Oh, wow.
Whenever friends
Good for you.
invite me down here, I'm like, cool, but it'll be like 2 a.m. and just music's blasting. People are trying to talk into your ear and you can't
Yeah.
do anything. I'm like, I want to go home and sleep.
Right? I'm always just like, I would rather be able to talk to someone when I'm out and about and like actually hear what's going on.
Right.
But I will say Hot Chick is the spot. Big shout out to Corey because they have their own collaboration t-shirt with us too at State 48.
That's
so
right.
Special place in my heart for Hot Chick.
That's right. The
Yeah.
Hot Chick, I like this vibe because it's off the strip a little bit, where all those bars are.
Yeah. We call it the vortex. It's not in the vortex.
That's actually because Las Vegas is the strip. This is the Scottsdale vortex.
Yeah, because it sucks you in.
It was Waste Management Open Week and Super Bowl week here was the week where everyone was in town and everyone wanted to party. Like I hate this every
Yeah.
single night. I'm like
It's
walking into
overwhelming.
just the lion's den of it all.
Right.
But let's talk State 48.
Okay,
You
yeah,
know?
totally.
A little bit of work for you today.
Yes.
When did you join the brand?
So I started working at State 48 5 years ago. This will actually be my 5-year anniversary in November.
Staying at one job for 5 years in this day and age, that
Right.
means you love it.
Yeah,
right?
no, I do love it. It's like something I could have never really imagined for myself, but also in a way, it's exactly what I pictured myself doing. I met the guys who own it, Mike, Stefan, and Nick, through being a RallyBack with the Diamondbacks a few years ago when I was in college, because we partner with them. So that's how I met them. I started working in their retail store while I was finishing up college, and then once I finished college, I took over the director of partnerships role. So I oversee and manage all of the different partnerships that we do there.
That's really cool.
It is, yeah.
Because you kind of get to like dabble in all this different stuff. Like going in, like what was the pitch?
Yeah.
You were a rally back with the D-backs.
Yes.
Were they at the game and just be like, you got potential,
So,
kid?
no,
What was it?
kind of, maybe. I actually...
They just picked you out. They're like, who's that one?
No.
Who's that one dancing on the dugout?
that is what we would do. But I actually reached out to them because they give the RallyBacks all the clothes to wear at the game. So I had DM'd the guys and just said, hey, like I love what you gave all of us. It's awesome. I've been rocking it. If you guys ever need any help around there or anything, let me know. I'd love to help out. And it kind of started with them then inviting me to be in a photo shoot with them. So I went and was in the photo shoot. After that, really got just a great energy from the people there. The brand loved the stuff, and so I reached out again. I was just bugging them.
Yeah.
I was like, "Hi,
Pleasant persistence.
yeah, need me for anything else?" And so yeah, they had a position open to work in their retail store, and at the time it was perfect because it allowed me to still work at the D-backs, but also in those off hours have this other job with the retail store. And it was just a really natural transition when I graduated. I had a couple of job offers, and I knew that my heart was just with this company and I wanted to stay.
Because at this point, it's like family, right?
It totally is a family vibe, and that is what I love most about it, really.
Do you have your own office now?
I do actually. I'm actually
big
the
time.
only one with my own office, and yeah, everyone was giving me crap about it the other day, but I do have my own office, so I feel like an adult.
Yeah, it's like step into my office.
Yes, exactly. It's always really messy though, so I don't usually have people come in there a whole lot.
Really? I feel like
Yeah.
So I told you I live with 3 girls.
Yes.
I love it because the house is always clean, the dishes are always done.
Okay, my house is pristine. Like, it is always clean. My office, this is why it's messy. You know, we're a small business, so everyone there, we all wear a lot of hats, right? Like, I oversee partnerships, but I help with a ton of other things. So a lot of times when people don't know what to do with something, or there's a pile of t-shirts, or there's like a pile of random hats, it's just, oh, we'll put it in Chloe's office. She'll figure out what to do with it. So all over the floor, there's always shirts, hats, clothes, like everything. But it still looks nice.
No, you're the designer. You're able to organize all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know? But what is the exact job description of a RallyBack?
Okay.
If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah.
Because
so,
I've had friends who are like, oh, I'm going to apply to be a RallyBack. I'm like, what? I don't understand. Because I see you guys like on the dugout. I see you guys like taking pictures with fans. Like, I don't understand the exact description of it.
It was so fun. Like, that was the coolest job ever. And what it is like the in-game fan entertainment team, I think is like the official description. So main responsibilities are doing the sign making before the games for little kids and fans that are coming. Throwing out the t-shirts is my favorite part. That was so fun. So 6th inning, 7th inning, I can't remember. T-shirt toss, getting to run out on the field, toss those in the stands. You're dancing on the dugouts. You're just cheering in the stands throughout the game. And then after the game, you know, you're waving the flag, thanking fans for coming. And we get to do a ton of other cool events when you're a RallyBack that involve like being at different charitable functions and spring training functions. So it's fun. There's a lot of like fun things that go into it.
No, I just walked, like being a baseball fan growing up, especially during spring training where you have like 15 different teams out here, just kind of, obviously spring training is like a 6-week period for baseball fans that know.
Yeah.
They're just getting ready for the season. But like for people who live out here, go out for a weekend, have a drink, sit out on the lawn.
Yeah.
It's nice. And then Chase Field, I think is one of the nicest ballparks. Just like,
do you?
Some people think it's like a total dump. I think it's a
I
nice
don't think
ballpark.
it's a dump.
I don't think they've been to other ballparks like the Oakland Coliseum or maybe
yeah.
the Trop in Tampa Bay.
I've been to a few. I love Chase Field. I just always love the idea of like baseball being outside. So I love when the roof's open at Chase. And I want to go. I've only been to a couple other ballparks. Like, it's on my list. I grew up playing softball, like always been a baseball family, so that's kind of why I went for that job. But yeah, I want to see like all these cool, iconic outdoor ballparks for sure.
Name one.
Well, I've been to the San Diego one. That was on my bucket list. The
Petco's
Padres.
awesome.
It was gorgeous. I think the next one I really want to see, and I know this is still close, obviously like Boston and New York, but the next one I really want to go to is the Giants, the San Francisco. It just looks gorgeous.
It's like Oracle Park now, was AT&T Park.
Yeah.
There's a giant, so like that giant Coca-Cola bottle in left field
Yes.
is a slide.
Yeah. It's a slide?
It's a slide.
Oh my God, okay. Well, I have to do that.
I think I haven't gone on it. That's my goal the next time I'm in San Fran.
Yeah.
I don't know what the age requirement is for that, though.
Like if there's a limit or
yeah.
if you have
if it's
to
for
be
like kids,
right.
You know, or a
I'm
weight
sure they
limit.
would let you do it.
I'm like $170. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna break on me.
Yeah,
so
you got that.
I want that for sure. I'm going to Fenway next month.
Okay,
so
cool.
Fenway's awesome.
Yeah.
I grew up in Jersey, so I was at Yankees, Mets all the time. Just traditional ballparks. Really, like just the overall vibe, and the fan base makes those ballparks.
Yes, I bet.
Which is really cool.
See, that's what I love. The bummer about Chase Field is a lot of times
they're bad.
The fans are for the other team. Like it's always Dodgers.
Yeah, they're that
and I'm going
team.
to the Red Sox game tomorrow, right? It's always for the other team. But this year, like the D-backs are doing really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that rallies like this younger fan base. Yeah, right.
It's May.
I know. But hey, off to a hot start.
Who with the Diamondbacks do you guys work most with? I know Gonzo works a lot with State 40.
Yes, yeah, he's the best. Such a genuine guy. Mm-hmm. He does a lot of stuff with us because we partner with his Hometown Heroes Foundation too, which is like separate from the D-backs. So we work with him, and then we've got a whole team of people on the corporate partner side that help us with the RallyBacks, with connecting with other partners. And you know what we do when each year we make different designs that they sell in the team shop too. So you can find these shirts that have the D-backs branding on our site and also at Chase Field and in our stores. So one big thing we're working on with them right now is getting the merchandise over to all of the players. So each year, you know, we do a big haul for all of them because they always like it, have good feedback, like to wear it before games. So we're working with that team right now on that.
That's really cool. How often are you, because I know Mike's running the show with Nick and everybody, but like, how often at this stage in your career there are you pitching ideas left and right? Like, how much are you part of like that creative process?
Every day, yeah. That's what's nice too, is they allow, everyone on our team to give their ideas, whether it's an idea about a design or an idea about a new venture in the business or anything like that. All ideas are welcome, and everyone's like with open arms about it, which is really cool. We all
That's the way
get
you
to talk.
gotta be, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, that's a great idea, Chloe, but no.
I will say, we do this thing every month called the T-shirt Club, where for one weekend, it's $19, you get this T-shirt, but you can only purchase it during that weekend. And I had a design idea, and they're actually using it for next month. So everyone will have to look at that when it comes out, because it was my idea. So, yeah.
Hey, I'm Chloe, look at me.
Yeah, pretty
right?
much.
That's what I did. No, but that's so cool to be a part of, because there's so many people that just don't get to do anything. Like me in broadcast television, if I pitch an idea, it's like, good idea, we'll think it over.
Right.
And then you never hear of it again.
Yeah.
And then someone else might get that push, so it's like, it's cool to have like that trust factor of people that you've worked with for half a decade now.
Right.
You say 5 years, like say half a decade,
Wow.
that makes it seem so much longer.
Yeah, that is crazy. I know, I didn't expect it to turn into this, and it's crazy to see where we were at 5 years ago. We all worked in this little back room together, all in one place. Now we've got our own office. We have 3 stores, and it's just so insane to see the growth that we've made over the last 5 years, and knowing like that you were a part of that is like the most humbling but also rewarding feeling. It's like so cool to be like, hey, I helped with that and I did that, and we did this together as a team, as a family.
Whose idea was collab talks with Chloe? That's where I found her.
Yeah, that is my thing. I'm actually coming up on 1 year of collab talks with Chloe in a week.
Golf clap.
Thank you. So one day, Mike was like, we should just make like a couple videos like talking about the collab process.
It's so easy, you're just making it on your phone.
So yeah, he was like, we should just make a video and like post it. And then when we posted the first one, like people were like, wait, that was so cool. So I did another one the next week, and then we're like, wait, maybe we should name this and like make it a thing. So now every week, usually every Wednesday, I film a different video about a different topic about our collabs. And it's really fun, and I'm starting to try to do a little bit more like storytelling with the collaborations, like talk about who the partners are.
Yeah,
and
the origin story.
Yes, exactly. At first I'm all focused.
They stumbled upon our office one day.
Right? Focus on the process a little bit, but at the end of the day, people are so into our collabs because of who the partners are and what their story is, and so I'm trying to do a little bit more of that lately.
How many takes, be honest, do those take?
Okay, like some days I'm on it and it's like one take. Some days I'll sit there, I'm not gonna lie, and I'll record a certain part like 4 or 5 times, and I'll just start talking and be in such a good flow, and then at the end I say something and I'm like, why did you just say that? Or no, that sounded weird, and then I have to redo the whole thing. So I do it in little clips, not one long run, but I've learned a lot about it. I mean, I'm sure you know, because you obviously have a podcast and edit videos and such, but like I've learned so much about editing a video. Like I look back on my first ones and I'm like, that looks so bad. Like I just would try and do it all in one long 1 minute video, and now I'm in every little clip.
Like you're not cutting out the intro and outro. It's like you're getting it when you're pressing the button,
Right.
and then you're like getting ready to like,
Yeah.
hey guys, like,
I know,
oh,
yeah.
they saw all of that.
Yeah, the timer, exactly. When you used to be able to see me like click to start it, and now we figured it out. We're growing. Yeah.
So you guys have the State 48 podcast,
We do, yeah.
and who's hosting? Is it
Lisa Matthews.
Lisa's hosting
yes,
it,
so
yeah.
former host for the Arizona Cardinals.
That's right.
She's the best. She does such a good job. Great energy. And we just wrapped up season 2 of our podcast. So season 3 is starting here in a couple months.
Nice.
Yeah.
Any big guests lined up? Any dream guests that you guys have?
Dream guests,
When you're throwing stuff at the wall in the creative process.
Right, yes.
What are Chloe's ideas?
So I really like the idea of how we interview a lot of like sports players that either play on Arizona sports teams or grew up in Arizona. We've had a lot of people on already, and it's been cool to see the different people and guests we've been able to talk to and learn about. I also really love when we have entrepreneurs and business people, because like that's my thing. That's what I love, is just
I feel like
business.
that's all of our things at our stage in our life.
Yeah,
Like,
it's so cool.
how can I make the most money doing what I love?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. So I'm hoping this season, I don't really know who's in the works, but I'm hoping this season that we get to hear from a lot of like established business people. Yeah.
What's kind of your 5-year plan, if you will? Like, what do you want? Like, what's your goal? What was your goal, like, going into school and then having all these different experiences? Like, where did you want to be?
Okay, so when I like graduated high school, growing up, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't really think college was in the books for me. It wasn't on my plan. I was just kind of like, we'll see. I don't know. I started at a community college and I was studying like fitness and personal training, and I was just kind of like, okay, science is not my thing. I need to be like talking to people and showing personalities. So I transferred to ASU, started my degree in marketing, and just the whole time I was kind of like, I don't know what you're gonna do, but it's gonna be cool. Like, you're gonna do something where you're not at a desk. You're not a number. And no shame to anyone that does that. Are these the mirror
conversations that you're having
Honestly,
with yourself?
yeah, I do, right?
You're gonna be someone.
You're gonna be someone, yeah. No, and I just knew kind of like whatever you end up doing, like it's gonna stand out. It's gonna be different, and you're gonna like it. And that's what I feel like I found here. And 5 years from now, if you would have asked me 5 years ago if I would be doing this now, I probably would have not thought so.
Yeah. You thought it was gonna be like a 1-year thing? Like
I didn't really know where it was gonna go. And when you work for a small local company, like every day is different. Every single day is different. You never know what's gonna happen. You hope for the best and you work really, really hard. And all of our efforts, everyone on the team like that has been here and been doing that, has paid off. So all I can say about the next 5 years is that I'm really confident that we're going to do well and just continue to grow and reach more people in Arizona, hopefully even expand outside of Arizona, which would be cool. So yeah, kind of just hoping to continue that.
Potentially collab with State 49, maybe even State 50.
I know, we've played around with it, but we started recently offering like other services, so not just Arizona stuff, but custom printing, custom embroidery, custom art and branding. So we've actually worked with quite a few people who are not in Arizona that are, utilizing us for those services, which is nice.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
And I think it's easier too when, to go back to like you trying to figure out what you wanted, it's easier not really having like a direct thing that you're going after, because you're able to kind of open up your mind and expand and do these opportunities without thinking like, oh, this is where I want to be and here I am.
Right. Yeah, just going for it. That's what I think our whole team has kind of learned through this, is like nothing's going to happen if you sit back and wait for it to happen. Yeah. Like when we have ideas, we execute them. When we want to make something happen, we all make it happen. And that's what's cool. And I can only see us like continuing to do that over the next year.
Yeah, ideas are just ideas until you actually put them into action, right?
I like that. Yes.
Actions speak louder than words.
They do.
It's the oldest.
Cheers to that.
It's the oldest analogy in the book, but it's so true. Mm-hmm. It's like you can have so many different ideas and thoughts about things, but it's like if it didn't happen, like nobody's ever gonna know.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe this is your second podcast.
Well,
You're answering these questions like you've been doing this for a long time.
I am. I will say, like, I really love just talking to people.
Yeah.
So it comes naturally to me.
I'm the same way. That's why I moved out here, because everybody's nicer here.
Yeah, you were saying
back
that.
East, everybody's just rude. Everybody's looking for a fight.
All right. Yeah, that's not us. But yeah.
But you grew up like family, very outgoing, everybody kind.
Yes, I will say, like,
nobody's a curmudgeon in the Cleveland household.
No. I'm an only child.
Really?
So yeah,
and you moved away.
Yeah, I did it. I'm an only child, and growing up, like my parents even will tell me stories like I was always bubbly, outgoing, talkative, and like that. I don't know if that's common for people that are an only child. Yeah. I don't know. Normally they're like quiet.
Actually,
I don't know many only children.
I know a few that are like, I didn't have any brothers or sisters, so I was on my own to like interact with people.
Yeah, that's been a big thing. Like, when you grow up as an only child, you spend a lot of time alone. It makes you really independent. It makes you like forced to make friends and do stuff with your friends, because you don't just have your brother or sister at home chilling with you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
did your parents want more kids? Or?
They did. Yeah, I was actually supposed to be a twin, but it didn't make it, which is
really.
sad. Yeah.
So you have a sibling in spirit then.
I know, I do. Yeah, we don't know. It was so early that like we don't know if it was a girl, a boy.
Oh,
not
did
sure.
they have a name picked out?
No, I don't think so.
There's
Yeah.
like no like, oh, Jamie would have been so
Yeah,
proud of
no,
you, Chloe.
No. But yeah, I don't like looking back. I remember growing up, like I wanted brothers and sisters so bad. Like whenever if I have kids one day, I want like a big family, just because I experienced growing up in a small family. And we're super tight with like my aunt, uncle, my cousin, one of my best friends, you know, we're the same age. So us, like, it's almost like she's my sister.
Yeah.
It's like, we're really tight. They live in Huntington Beach, so grew up kind of going there. And, you know, it's cool having a small family because you're so close. But when I get older, I'm like, I just want a big, huge family.
I mean, it's nice, especially when you're growing up, because like growing up's tough.
Yeah.
No matter which way you look at it. Like middle school, absolute hell.
Yeah, not fun.
It's brutal because you're like growing into who you're supposed to be, both physically and mentally, and everyone's rude and everybody's just out to get each other. It almost feels like everybody's just like a pack of hyenas.
Yeah.
And it's like when you have like a close knit family like that, even though you grew up as an only child, like you had your cousins, you had your aunts and your uncles. And it's like, you think like, okay, I don't need to have, like, worst case scenario, if I don't have any friends, I got my family.
Yeah.
And they have my back. Right?
I know. I talk to them every day. Like, I talk to
Really?
my mom probably
I'm
every
not that
day.
Good. I'm not that good at all.
If anything happens, I just call. I'm like, hi, this happened. She's like, cool, okay.
Do you want to unpack it, or, you know? Like, I'll call my mom, like, once a week. She's like, you know, you should give your grandmother a call. It'll
Like,
be 5
yeah, I
minutes.
know.
I'm like, it won't be 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I was on the phone with my grandma for almost 2 hours yesterday talking about Vladimir Putin for some reason.
All right, it happens.
I don't know politics. Why am I talking about this? Like, okay, Grandma. No, I did not see that on the news today.
It happens, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
But that's funny. Well, yeah, your family picture you showed me, you have a big family. Yeah, everyone's flipping off the camera.
East Coast style picture. We got like the little cousins are like, yeah. Like, it was like their 5 seconds to do it.
Love it.
My grandmother hated it.
Okay.
She's like looking up at the sky, like, don't look at me.
She's like, where did I go wrong?
Yeah, basically, like this is her final glory years.
That's
and
so funny.
She's flipping off everybody. All the Bostonians were just like, yeah, definitely.
That's funny though.
I love it. I love the rebellious nature of the East Coast. Even though I have a little bit of it in me, but at my core, I feel like I'm a fun, loving person that wants to get to know people, like you said, right?
Yeah.
It's like that's how you build friendships. It's how you build community.
Yeah.
And like the more people that you can, you're not gonna resonate with everybody, but the more people you can resonate with, the more opportunities you're gonna have down the road to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish, right?
Yeah.
The things I want to accomplish.
Totally.
As opposed to working at a desk and then spending your Saturday and Sunday over at Barstool Scottsdale on a hot chick.
Yeah, that might happen here and there.
Every now and then.
Yeah.
I'm more of a guy who will go out to drink to celebrate something.
Okay.
Or I guess if a friend's in town, right?
Yeah. Or if it's Saturday.
Or if it's Saturday. That's right.
Or if the weather's
So how
nice.
often were you down here?
I will say, like, it's kind of like the natural progression, right? Most people, you go to ASU, you move to Old Town after, you'd see how long you're in that, and like, there's nothing wrong with it. I had a blast. I lived with my two best friends for 2 years. I lived out here alone for 1 year, and we tore it up. Like, it was just like such fun memories, you know, coming out here. And we would come out, we would be out here every weekend, like all the time. And I was talking to you about it, you know, it used to be so almost special, right? Like before it blew up, before it was this destination, like honestly, like pre-COVID times, before like Scottsdale was really even on the map, is when we got to live here and experience it. And that was so fun because it felt like your own little playground.
It was a hidden gem.
Yes,
Nobody knew.
it was a hidden gem. And then, you know, I lived out here for 2 years after the COVID thing, and because everyone was coming here because we were open. And that's when it just blew up. And we started to kind of be like, dude, it kind of sucks sometimes that you can't even go out and grab dinner on a Tuesday without a reservation somewhere, because it is just 24/7 packed down here, which is awesome. I mean, I love it. I want everyone to move to Arizona. I love the growth. But it was fun and special when it did used to be a hidden gem.
Well, you look at Scottsdale, you look at Nashville, nobody wanted to be in Tennessee.
I know.
Now it's like the #1 place to live, Austin, Texas.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
what the
blowing
hell?
up too.
What are all these cities?
I've never been to Austin.
I'm
but-
going tomorrow.
Okay.
First time ever. I bought my cowboy hat.
Perfect.
I'm going to be one of those stereotypes, I guess.
All right. Well, you got to do that.
Yeah.
You got to do that.
Tell me about ASU, though.
Okay. Yeah.
What'd you study?
Business marketing.
Nice.
So I loved ASU. Like, I wouldn't change a thing about it. It was so fun. And, when I graduated, before I graduated, there would be times when I was like, dude, I wish I moved away or went farther away. But like I said, I didn't really think I was going to go to college, so I didn't plan for that. I just was like, well, ASU's here, so I'm going to go.
Were you a believer in college?
See, I don't believe or
Looking back at it now that you have
disbelieve.
your degree, do you still believe in college?
I do. And I think I do for different reasons. By all means, like, the education is important, but it teaches you so much. Like, it truthfully teaches you how to, like, live on your own for the first time, how to budget, and when I was in college, like, I paid for all my own stuff. My parents were so nice, and they helped me out by obviously paying for my school, which was such a blessing. But I paid for my rent, I paid for my food. I had to have the D-backs job and the State 48 job. Like, I wasn't just going out every weekend with a ton of money to blow, and no kids in college are. But, it really taught me a lot about, like, life and budgeting your time and your money and studying, did a lot of that. I liked it. It teaches you a good, like, schedule, too, how to budget your time.
I was always a big believer. I'm getting the experience. I'm getting the palm trees. I'm getting the nice weather all year round. I'm getting the baseball factor.
Yeah.
Like, looking back at it, too, I'm like, I didn't understand anything that I learned. I don't know if I applied any of it.
There's some stuff you do have to learn and do that it's like, okay, this is pointless. But my thing is, like, look back on it, realize, like, it obviously wasn't a waste. You learned something from it. I wouldn't change a thing. It was a blast.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So we were going to play basketball, right?
We were.
But we took some shots beforehand. We both sucked.
I didn't do good. If Nick, you watch this, Nick is one of my bosses at State 48. We play this mini basketball game, like,
so much
in their
easier.
office, and
So much easier.
I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm all right at it. Nick's better than me, but he would probably
See,
be
when
laughing.
you get used to the little plastic ball,
Yes.
it's easier.
So that's why when I just shot, I was like, okay, air ball, because I'm used to shooting a half-pound ball instead of a real basketball. So that was embarrassing.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if this is going to be more embarrassing, but we are at the Hot Chick. We got a bunch of arcade games back there. We both agreed to do Dance Dance Revolution.
Okay.
I'm not good at this, but let's check it out.
Yeah.